Well, what a BG! Good to see you, Harry Bastards. And we're back for a funky wee short pixie number. Big overhang. And a wee disconnected section. Just going around the hair, marking out the sections. Keeping the top sections separate from the back. And as you can see here, we're just putting our guideline out at the corners, and we're just going to use horizontal guidelines and work around the shape of the head. Just connect them two guidelines up, and then we're going to go vertical sections down, and we're just going to work around that shape of the head, taking into account that it dips at the nape. Club cutting just to create a wee bit of bulk. As you can see, just working directly out from the head and just working down in towards the nape of the neck. It's me checking the weight and the balance, just making sure everything falls into that guideline. And then we're going to go on to our next section. Taking our guideline right down the middle, lift it up, bit of layering, and then we're going to bring that layering into the guideline of the graduation. Everything from the previous section is going to be taken in nice and short, so we're just bringing that back over direction of 1, which is going to create a wee tiny bit more weight and heaviness towards the sides, and then you'll start to see in this area here later on in the haircut we've actually got a wee disconnection section. Bringing that directly out. Pop it. As you can see, that wee hair that we've just left out, that's going to be our longer disconnected section. We're just going to work keeping that wee bit, and you'll see this start to come to life later. Repeat the same process on the other side, bar the disconnected section. Still club cutting everything to create bulk and density in the hair. Keeping a lot of hair in this, and the reason for that is the client's hair is super thick, but we want to keep that fullness. But we're going to do a lot of texturizing, a lot of point cutting, and a wee bit of channel cutting just to really create loads of shorter bits to get the hair to sit up. As you can see, slight over direction, once again maintaining the weight and length onto the side bits of the hair. Popping. Now, just gently using the very tips of the scissors, we're just going to go through the exact same section patterns that we've done, and we're just going to point cut shorter bits into the haircut itself, and that's going to give us more volume, more shape, more texture. Popular tonight. Continuing to point cut the hair, more volume, texture. Taking a horizontal section, incorporate a bit of the layering and the volume from the front, pin that out of the way. Now, once again, you'll notice at the very tips of my finger there is our disconnected section. We're going to trim everything right up until the disconnected section. We're going to leave that out. I'm going to keep that quite long, and you'll see that come to play later. Make sure that we get that angle taken right into the back of the nape of the neck. That's basically where all the weight builds up. Next section, keep your sections clean and fine. Allow them to build up and create that heaviness in the shape where we want it to be. A light bit of over direction. And we're just maintaining the weight build up by that over direction. Now I've swapped to point cutting, and that's just because we've got a nice blunt line in the very bottom sections, and everything from there we just want that to be soft and flow over the shape of the head. Once again, there is our longer section. We're keeping that bad boy popping. There we go. We're going to tack up either side of that disconnection later. As you can see, a strong over direction, pulling everything down. We're not giving that the opportunity to layer. Just a very small bit of graduation towards the bottom, but we're point cutting that out. So disconnect the section. We're just tidying up either side, maintaining that long bit. As you can see, it's still in my hand here. That's that wee section there, keeping that for later. I'm going to work that shape right up now towards the crown. Once again, continue the point cutting and on to the other side. Everything over directed slightly back, and we're going to blend that into the previous sections, which is on the left hand side. Checking for the guideline, popping. I'm just dragging that down to maintain a lot more length rather than cutting that bit shorter. Kind of want to go short up at the crown and then working it back long towards the front. Taking into account we've got the underneath undercut on that side bit, which then gives us a nice bit of disconnection. Keeps it really quite funky and asymmetrical. As you can see, angling my hands out to maintain more of the length at the bottom. Now, onto the tap. I'm going to pick up where we left off, them layers at the back. We're just going to point cut in towards the top and work that towards the front, following the same shape and the same layer and same section and patterns as previous. And that's just creating more of a nice rounder, softer shape at the top and the crown. As you can see, we've moved on to straight sections along the crown of the head. Just going to continue to do our normal layers, and then we're going to point cut into these top sections. Once again, we want to maintain that length, but we also want longer and shorter bits running through it. Give it volume and texture. Popping! Good wee bit of over direction. We want to maintain a lot of that heaviness at the front. Point cut, snip snip. Snip, snip. Snip, snip, snip. Watch the fingers. More point cutting. More point cutting. Big, deep point cutting bad boys. Fucking hack it right into the top. And then more snipping. Go some video reverse footage by. As you can see, loads of length but loads of volume. Kind of over straighten this to really exaggerate the texture. Pop that fringe down. Bit of styling product, get rid of the fluffiness. And now we're going to tidy up and refine the rest of the haircut. Get rid of any of them stray bad boy hairs. And this is my favourite bit. Is the clipper over a comb and just tidy up that nape and that hairline. Just take your time with this. I find this bit the most enjoyable. As you can see, I've got all the sections are below the occipital bone, and that really just overly exaggerates that shape, so it does. Loads of big hair, but really neat and tidy in at the back. And just tapering that down, so as short as it can be at the nape line without looking severe. And then just refine that line up. Professional zoom in, panning. And then just lightly feathering down, a wee bit of dusting. Any wee random stray bad boys, we get them off. I don't know why people always move their head when you're doing the most delicate bits. And then just point cut and refine. Just soften them ends out. Get rid of them edges. And make it a wee bit more free flowing. Cross checking, checking the volume, checking the natural lie of the hair, and then just more refinement with the buzzers. Go around, we're going to take that short side in a bit neater and tidier, so we are back. And keep that wee bit of length at the front. I love it. It's not a haircut for everybody, you know what I mean, but I love it on this client. Nice and funky. Once again, scissor over comb, guideline goes in at the bottom, and you're just working that sections up the way, leaving a wee tiny bit more length every single time. You can do that by bending the comb out the way. And as you can see, very important to get in behind that ear, so it is, that's where all the bulk and shape kind of builds up. And once again, just scooping it out with a comb. Into this side, remember we were saying earlier about the weight building up behind the ear? This is me getting rid of that weight behind the ear. Clip a section out of the way and just point cut directly into it. Fringe up, point cut in. Not looking to take too mad amounts of hair off this section at the moment. Just the weight out of it, just point cut into it and then put it down and give it a good muck about. Push it into place. And you're just visually checking, is it short enough? Is there enough weight out of it? Does it flow the way we want it to? Is it too rigid? Fucking phones. Nah, our longer disconnected bit. Oh, popular today, alright. Sorry about that, but I don't have time to go around and re-edit this. Nip off the fringe. And there's our channel cutting. Put a dust! Get a shake. Check it all out, grab our wee long bit, popping. Having a wee play about with what different ways it's going to sit. Push it into place. Check if the client's happy with it. I'm not happy that fringe too long. Chop a wee bit off. Job's a good one. Just basically wanted to close that gap in a wee bit. Bit of hairspray. Couple of different wee ways to wear it. Pin that all back. Looks poppin'. Loads of different texture and shape. I love it. And then that colour is just a nice copper colour with a nice few fine highlights at the front. I think that wee long bit at the ear. Yep. I had to get that sorted out. It was a wee bit too long. I was taking a piss. But not the best at taking pictures of people. Hope you like it. Really appreciate it if you get a like, subscribe. Be really appreciate it. Peace.